Start the clock.
Good afternoon. At the tone, time will be
Real time.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Supercoach Road to 50k. Nick Ness back with you for another week. This week will be known as the week the rookies come clutch. When a lot of people needed them, there were a lot of teams out there struggling to field 22 with so many injuries going around. Dangerfield, Williams, Crouch, who else was out? Moore. So there were a lot of teams struggling and they had to rely on the rookies and they came through big time. Hall, Duzma, Atkins, Baker all turning up. Bolter having a really big game too. Helped a lot of people out and there were some massive scores this week. I know someone on the Big Footy Forum scored the 2,600 and was 8th for the week. And yeah, just some massive scores. Personally, didn't do too badly, I guess. 2,340. Slightly above par, I guess. Was able to climb up the rankings a little bit. We get to 7,215, which is okay. But I like where my team's going, and I've sort of got my trades and the buys all planned out, barring injuries. So I think we're going to be in a good position after the buys to be in that top 1,000 and maybe have a little sniff at the 50k. We'll have to wait and see. If you haven't already checked out, I did a top 10 video. I did a video on the top 10 teams, sort of breaking down the plays in it. I'll leave a link in the description if you haven't. It's a fun video, informative, and might be able to help you out. So if you haven't checked it out, please do. If you haven't already subbed and you watch the channel and like it, please sub, leave a like. With that said, let's take a look at the team and see how it did this week. So I said I was going to hold Williams, but I ended up getting trigger happy and moved him on just because I just don't trust GWS at all when it comes to these sort of injuries. And it could be anywhere between 1 to 4 weeks. And I'd just rather get rid of him now, even though it's going to hurt me because he was a keeper. And we're struggling with trades, but I wanted to get Whitfield in. I saw that there was a chance to make up ground this week. It didn't sort of work out the way I had planned, but we were able to hold firm, and we had a crack at it. So it was Whitfield in, and Young in, Petrocelli out, Williams out. Okay, so let's start with defense. Lloyd... It was good on that Friday night at 115. Whitfield's great again today, 115. Sicily's been really disappointing since bringing him in. It was a clear-cut mistake. It was a bad sideways trade. I paid top dollar for him, and he's just spouting off 80s and 90s, and he's lost a ton of money since I bought him. So that sucks. Smith had a down week. I wouldn't worry too much. Be interesting to see with Malera back in the team how that affects his scoring, and also... Season was back in the team too. It could affect his scoring as well. But I'm still, fingers crossed, he'll be a keeper for the rest of the year because I don't really have the trades to upgrade him anyway. And Malera's interesting, as I said, coming back in after injury. He had that injury-interrupted score game. So he should come down to close to 400k. And he'd be a real interesting D6 on the cheap to pick up after the buys. And that's the way I'm sort of leaning because... that's the last upgrade that I'll be looking to make as I'll go over all my trades leading into the buys. We should have a completed team, barring that D6 down, and Malera's looking like the one that we will be picking up. Hall, fantastic. He's been one of Melbourne's shining lights. He's a really class run-off defender that can take intercepts and use the ball well. Hopefully when other players come back into that back line, it doesn't affect his scoring too much. But yeah, he's going to definitely be going up in price with that 116. It's going to really help kick his scoring along price-wise. Duzman the same, 108. I was going to trade him out this week because that 108 is going to have a low break-even and definitely holding. He's got nice buys as well with the buys in... he misses the first week and then he plays the next two where a lot of people are light on. So we'll be keeping him. Lockhart disappointing, 32. Barely made his break even. Doesn't look like he's going to make much more money, and he's definitely on the trading block next week for me. Ainsworth, 64. Not too bad. I guess made his break even. Hopefully, can still eke out a little bit more cash. In the middle, Kelly's been a great pickup. I wish I got him in a week earlier. My team would look a bit different. We'd have Dunkley instead of Cameron, and we'd be in a slightly better position. But nonetheless, happy to have him in the team, 148, and he's priced now at the 645 mark, and he's not going down anytime soon. So if you haven't jumped on the boat, you've kind of missed out, or you have to pay top dollar for him now. 5 premium midfielder, 126, continues on. McRae, 105, slightly down on his output, probably lucky to ton up, actually. Oliver, disgraceful, couldn't handle the ball tag, spotted up to 53. It's disappointing that he's such a good player, and it's disappointing that it was over before the game even started, and he was mentally cooked. The fact that he was going to get tagged, and he just sputtered up the whole game. Cripps was okay, 116. I captained him. I really wish I'd captained Callie or Gone. Cost me 35 points, and I really wish I had Grundy, but Grundy's coming. We'll get to that next. But yeah, it was okay, I guess. Crouch, 39 touches for 80 points. Terrible. He can't use the ball well, but he was still got very stiff in that scoring. He had like 22 contested possessions out of that 39. He should have scored at least a 95 minimum, if not a ton. Stiff, even though he pushes the ball. Welsh, great, back to his sort of good form, 93. And Angus Brayshaw is gone. I've had enough of him. It was originally going to be Duzma out this week, but then he's scored a 108. Then I said, oh, cool, I'll just get rid of Hall. And he scored a 116, and they're all going to make cash. And then Brayshaw delivered another spud game. He's lost heaps of money since we originally brought him in at the start of the season, and he's gone this week. Good riddance. Stack, he's really not making much money anymore, and Atkins was great. New role in the midfield, a 115. A lot of cheeky people had to play him this week, and he delivered for them. So good on them. Disappointing since he's sitting on my bench there, and you see the 71. But what are you going to do? Gorn, 149, fantastic. Rob, probably stiff for a 91 there. He probably should have scored higher. Something 70 at halftime. He's gone this week, so we're going to bring Grundy in. So basically, the trade we're going to do is Brayshaw out for Hinge, and then we move Ainsworth or Lockhart into the mids, and it will be Grundy in for O'Brien. We've definitely missed not having Grundy this season, and yeah, I'm looking forward to finally having him in my team. He's just scoring too well not to have in your team. It's just costing you 50, 40 points every week, and it's gonna add up, and you're just gonna fall too far behind. So, gonna be happy with that. Kelly, great, 140, 96 for Cameron, perfectly acceptable. Heaney a little bit down with an 82. Marshall was stiff to only score 76. I thought that was a 90 game. Baker, fantastic, a 105 from a rookie forward. Bolter, another great game. They're all earning cash as well, which is a good thing because we're going to need all that extra cash when it comes to the buys and upgrading to primos because we don't have many trades left. So we're going to make the most of every situation that we have. Brought Young in. It was disappointing, 17. I just hope he doesn't get dropped and can play his buys because he's going to come in handy, especially the second buy. I think that's a tough one for everyone. But regarding the buys, we're going to be okay. Originally thought we might have trouble in the second week of the buys, but the way things have panned out, I think we're going to be good. So this is the way the team's going to look after the trades this week. It leaves 13 left, 119k in the kitty, and we've almost got a complete team. So what I'd look to do the first week of the buys is, because I've got I've got 22 players playing plus in the first week, I'll look to trade a couple of rookies and build some bank. And the second week of the buys, what I'll do is I'll be looking to get in Bontempelli, Dunkley, Mundy, and Ryan, two of those 4 players. And then what I'll do the next week is we're looking to get in Ahern, Yo, Gaff, Neil, 2 of those players. So, and then the team's basically complete. All I need is one more defender, and that should leave me about 6 trades left, which isn't a lot, and it's just cross your fingers and hope we don't get injuries. If we do, it's all over, red over. But if we can just get a good run with injuries, I think we're looking for a top 1,000, hopefully top 100 finish. You never know. No chance, but you never know. But yeah, so that's the way I'm thinking for the buys. So I should be okay. So I should be fielding 18 minimum every week in the buys, and I should have a finished team by the end of them. Whether that's any good, and you never know what's going to happen with injuries along the way. If we do get injuries, we're kind of stuff. But it's because I did too many sideways trades to this point. But part of the fun's trading. And if we go out, I always said we go out in a flame of glory chasing the 50k. It's better doing that than playing for league wins, because I don't play any cash leagues or anything like that, and it's always just to see how far we can finish. So yeah, that's it for this week. Hope everyone had a good round. As always, post your scores down. I always like to see how everyone's going. I know that we've got a few viewers that are doing really well. Some in the top 20 from comments that you guys have made. So I hope everyone's tracking well after this week and into the buys. And yeah, let me know what you think about my moves that I'm looking to bring in over the buys and whether I stuffed anything up. So until then, we'll see you next week. Bye.